My name is Giovanna Borjas. Today we're interviewing Depuri. Did I say it right?
Deepali, yes.
Okay, she's a student here in the University of Tampa and she practices Hinduism, which is what the interview is going to be about. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Deepali. I am a junior here at the University of Tampa. I major in human performance, exercise, recreation, and leadership with a minor in philosophy. And I work at campus recreation as a student intern.
Okay, let's start the questions.
All right.
So how has been your relationship with Hinduism over the years?
So my relationship with Hinduism over the years has been really up and down. When I was younger, I was brought up in a very religious household where I used to wake up in the morning and pray with my grandmother, and I would learn about the different stories that come along with Hinduism, as well as practice every day. And then when I started getting older, I started questioning a little bit more, and there was a time in my life where I completely rejected the religion because I was going through a very hard spot. And I attacked my faith as one of the reasons why I was going through this troubled time period. And then as time went on and I came back to the University of Tampa in 2016 after my year and a half off, I took Professor Battalia's World Religions class and realized that my religion isn't something that I should reject, it's something I should embrace because it's an identity of mine that makes me different from the rest of not only University of Tampa's population, but the United States and the world.
What is the best part about being a Hindu?
Best part about being a Hindu is there's no kind of box you need to fit in order to practice. You could be very religious and pray 3 times a day and not eat beef and go that route, or you can go the route kind of where I'm at because it's more practical for a student, is I meditate at least once a day, if not more. And I always practice to be a good person. That's what Hinduism is about, being a good person and finding out your own truth and questioning and getting knowledge and all that. And that's the stage I'm at in my life, is to kind of gather as much information as I possibly can to figure out my truth and to figure out what path I'm leading on that will lead me to becoming liberated, to reach moksha. So, yeah.
What is the most challenging part about living in a country that doesn't have Hinduism as its primary religion?
It's difficult to explain people what Hinduism is, because it's such an old religion and it's so complicated, but not complicated at the same time, that some people can't comprehend what my religion is. I mean, I can sit and talk to someone and just explain to them what Hinduism is, and they can look at me with a blank stare because they have no background about it, because we don't learn about it in schools. It's not really taught in history class. India is really not touched upon, even though it is one of the world's oldest religions. So that's really difficult, and also it's hard to find a place of worship. Like here in Tampa, we have one Hindu temple. And where I'm from, Connecticut, I have to travel to Queens, New York City, or New Jersey, or even a little bit to upstate Connecticut to go to a temple for me to worship on holidays, or if I wanted to go to celebrate an anniversary of good fortune or something negative. So that's a tough part, is explaining people what my religion is, and then also kind of accommodations to our practice. Even though we can practice literally anywhere, it's nice to have somewhere to go to with your family.
Okay. What is one tradition practice that you love about Hinduism?
One tradition practice I love about Hinduism, there's many. What falls underneath that, I think, would be our holidays, and my favorite holiday in Hinduism is Rakhi, which is a celebration between the bond of brother and sister. And it's really awesome, especially now because my brother and I have gotten closer. So it's a really cool holiday for both of us to be celebrated, and that us being siblings is a blessing, and we're lucky to have one another kind of deal. And so that's honestly my favorite holiday, because I love giving my brother presents and he loves giving me presents. It's all around, it's a win-win situation here.
Okay, is there anything you would like to change about the way religions are managed in UT?
I think a little bit more understanding. You see a lot of Abrahamic religions very heavily being represented on this campus, and by Abrahamic religions I mean Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. They're very heavily prominent on campus, and I think it's because the student population, when you tally them, those are one of the, I think those three would be the top three religions we have on campus. So it's just difficult because it doesn't feel like all religions are getting a say or a voice in what events are going on and so on and so forth. I mean, I know the Indian Culture Association puts on Diwali and Holi, which are two great holidays that follow not only in the Indian culture but also the religion, but we don't get the religious aspect of Diwali, for example. There's a whole prayer ceremony and all that happens for 2 days, and there's no way for me to do that unless I FaceTime with my family, kind of deal.
Okay, so which one would you say is your favorite god or goddess?
Okay, so my favorite god or goddess is the OG, the real home dog, Ganesh.
Okay.
I have him right here. Ganesh is actually half elephant. He has a head of the elephant and a god of a small child. And he rides on a rat, but the rat's not pictured here, which is kind of disappointing. But that's like the coolest thing in the world. Like a boy, half elephant, half boy, riding on a rat. Like when you think about elephants and rats, like elephants are scared of rats because they're so tiny. But he is the real OG, and I think in my time period in my life, the reason why I love him so much is because he is the god of education and remover of obstacles. So when I'm studying for an exam and I'm really just like struggling, I have him sitting right near my desk and I go, Ganesh, like, help me out here, like I need some help. Give me the strength to get through this midterm that I have, that I've not studied for, but you got me, you understand me. But yeah, he's my favorite. I love him a lot. And he's one that I actually pray to predominantly, as well as Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, who I do not have a statue of, but she's also pretty cool.
Okay, last question, because we're running out of time. Have you ever had a close experience with God?
I don't know. I think there are a couple of times where I sit and I meditate, and there are times where I've really hit like a dark point in my life and I sit and I pray or like meditate in some form, and I feel something, or I feel some sort of like, not presence, but kind of an epiphany of an issue or a problem that I'm going through. And I think that would be like the closest experience I have to God whenever I meditate or do a walking meditation. And at the end of it, however long I do, whether it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and at the end of it, I kind of just feel this weight off my chest, and like it seems like my problem is not as big. And I think that would be the closest experience I would have with God.
Okay, well, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
No problem.